bright it is in here. There is this thing about teachers' discounts that starts this weekend. So I might just do this because it's timely, and then I can save the rest. There's that. Now let me do this.
Hello, Audrey.
Hey.
Hello, Michael. Kelly's walking buddy. Hello, Christy Bazemore. Hello, Sandra. Hey, Krista. Always good to see you. Hello, Morgan. Hello, Mark. My man. My brother. Hello, Brooksy O. Hey, Christy. My gal from Florida. The great state of Florida. Hello, Angeli Boone. That means Mike Boone is somewhere very close behind you. Hello, Edison Al. Hello, Pummable. Hello, Julie. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Julie's overalls.
Kelly's overalls.
Happy birthday to you and many more. Julie's overalls. Hello, Vanessa. Hello, Susan from Tulsa. She's so whipped down by my bit that she doesn't even correct me anymore. So now it's turned into Julie's overalls. Hello, Liz Key. Not to be confused with Elizabeth Betts or Elizabeth Estrada. Those are three different people. Hello, Mike Boone. Hello, El Prata. Sheila Redmond, we're going to be in the Hub City in November. Hello, Micah Joe.
City?
Lubbock.
We're going in November? Have you already bought tickets and told me?
Nope.
Do you know which date?
I'm speaking at Tech. Hello.
Are you going to talk about this on the podcast?
Bruno? I mean, we can.
Because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, I just found out today. It's the second weekend in November.
Let me get my calendar real quick.
You have a calendar here.
But I have my
See right there?
calendar
There's a calendar. See that right there?
But I haven't added stuff written yet.
Hello, Micah Joe. Well, it's not. It's lightly penciled in. It's not sharpied in yet.
Well, let me just see if we're able.
Hello, Angie Reno. Long time no see. Where you been? You've been busy. Okay. Whoa, you just drove over the Golden Gate Bridge? That is cool. That's very cool.
Do you have it in the calendar?
No, I just found out today.
Then you told me to look at that calendar, so it's not even in that calendar.
All right, guys. We have a small but dedicated crew. We're going a little early tonight because the Dillster wants to go fishing, as he usually does. And we're going to try to do a little something at sundown, before, because it's like Africa hot right now. So, yeah, you've been busy. Oh, okay. Okay. Hello, Christy Kincaid Norris. Sheila, if we are able to I'm going to be able to make it. I don't know what Kelly's doing that weekend. I'm going. Because I have to.
It's in light pencil.
Because I have to speak. I have to speak at my alma mater.
We'll talk about it on the podcast.
Hello, Jakob. Get it, babe.
I can't ever think of counterclockwise and clockwise. That's counterclockwise, right?
Yeah.
So it's going the right way. Did you know that I'll talk about that on the podcast.
Babe, that is a bit that we did at Lennox on PR tours.
But it's true.
15 years ago. And you know how whipped everybody was looking at us, and they're like, that's all you got? That's the money-saving tip you have? Make sure your fans are going counterclockwise in the summer and clockwise in the winter?
It's still helpful if people aren't doing it and they don't realize why their house isn't cooling. It's helpful.
I think by now
it's like a real quick little blurb.
It's
and
a
we
tidbit.
just move on. Yeah.
I don't think anything's ever quick and we just move on.
When you're ready. When you're ready. If I want to talk about it, it's not worth time.
Are you kidding me? You got your money's worth last podcast. Uh-oh, what's this doing that for? I don't know why it was doing that. I don't like that, but what are you doing?
I turned the fan on medium because it was hot, and if it gets too much, I'll turn it back down.
Everybody be sure to smash the like button. Just smash it.
Again, I've got to do a 15-minute pre-roll for stamps.com.
Stamps.com. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in sandwich. Okay, here, let me do a little something. All right, you want to give me a little something?
Test 1, 2, test.
Paging Eileen Ulick. Please pick up the red courtesy phone. Eileen Ulick. Please pick up the red courtesy phone. Eileen Ulick. Must be Dutch. Ulick. Lars Ulrich. Do you know who Lars Ulrich is?
Plays for AC/DC, right?
Well, no, it'd be the drummer for Metallica. Yeah.
Okay. One of the two. Stop wasting time and start saving money when you use stamp. Oh, I forgot to hit the timer. Stop wasting time and start saving money when you use stamps.com to mail and ship. Sign up with promo code SANDWICH for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, free postage, and a digital scale, no long-term commitments or contracts. Go to stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in sandwich. That was okay? It's okay to me. Welcome to A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. I am Kellie Rasberry Evans, the very hot, for multiple reasons, Kellie Rasberry Evans, along with my equally hot, for various other reasons, husband and podcast co-host Alan Evans.
A train in the house.
As we record this podcast, it's 105 with a heat index of 109. And after we record this podcast, Alan is going to take our youngest son fishing. And I am thinking of walking my 4 miles.
Well, the only time you can do anything is at sundown and after.
I know.
Because it's Africa hot right now.
So bad. So that's what I'm dreading. But we're here doing the podcast first before we're even hotter and sweatier than we already are.
Yeah. I think it'll be okay. It'll only be like 95 after the sun goes down. Yeah.
And then I'm looking, I sent because that's what people do when it's really hot. They take screen grabs of the temperatures on their phones.
Right. And do a lot of memes too.
And they post it on, Instagram and stories. And I sent mine to Tommy Jean. In Florence.
Flowtown.
It's like, let me tell you what it is right now at the time of this recording.
South Carolina.
Okay, it says in Florence.
Plano 103.
78 degrees.
Oh,
they've been having a ton of rain.
What's the deal?
They've been having a ton of rain on the East Coast.
No
South
kidding.
Carolina.
Oh, it's
78 feels like 78.
Oh my gosh.
Sunny skies. Can you imagine
I'd kill for
how
that
nice
right
that
now.
is?
Oh, I hate to be old guy. We need some rain.
It's bad.
My yard needs some rain.
Right now in Plano, Texas, as we're recording the podcast.
God's country.
Well, it has dropped a little, Alan. It's 103 right now.
Yeah.
And feels like 108.
Oh.
So we're suffering through it.
And we are recording early. Not that you care, because you're listening to this whenever you want to listen to it.
What do people want to hear about? Weather. That's why we're talking about it on the podcast. People love to talk about weather.
They love weather talk. Yeah, the reason we're recording early tonight is because the Dillster, Dylan, our 9-year-old, wants to go fishing. And we're going to run up to this pond. We know this little honey hole that we know up in Frisco where we catch a lot of bass. So you
can't keep up any of them, right? It's not one of those.
No. We always catch and release. We just throw them back. But yeah, we're going to go fishing. So that's why we're recording early. But we're not going to gyp the listener. No.
What are we going to do instead?
I got you.
Oh, whenever anybody says that, you need to be prepared. They probably don't got you.
We got some fun stuff. We've got a lot of listener correspondence that I think will allow us to talk about some other things. We did a bit, I don't know, maybe a month or two ago. It was called I can't remember what we called it. It was like questions that Dylan asked me that I just have no answer to.
Yeah.
You know, your kids do that sometimes.
Yeah.
They'll just ask you a question and you're supposed to be the authority.
Dylan's impossible questions or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. You're supposed to know everything, you know.
Well, thankfully, we have the internet now. It
Right.
used to be you could just make up any old crap.
No.
The kid had to believe it.
We don't guess. We look it up now. So he asked me a couple of questions today. One we will address in a lot of detail on the podcast. So we will get into the nitty gritty on the answer to the question that he asked me. That I had no answer at the time.
You had to look it up though.
I went to internet. I went to World Wide Web, and yeah. So we're gonna do that. Oh, update. Everyone sent. A lot of people sent me their internet provider. This is gonna make Kelly fall asleep. But their internet provider and what they were paying and their speed. So I got a good feel for what everybody was paying and the speed. Further reinforced that I was getting screwed or that we were getting screwed. Mm-hmm. So and also when I went up to Choctaw with Jeff, you know, Jeff is in high tech, the technology world. And I was telling him what I'm paying. He's like, dude, you're getting screwed. And I'm like, well, what are you paying? He's like, dude, I'm paying like $60 for twice the speed you have.
Wow.
We're paying about $100
I thought you were the Boda king.
Well, yeah. Because I'm like, that was the final straw when Jeff told me that. So
that influence, Jeff's getting a better deal.
Oh, so the very next day, the kid calls Frontiers customer service, very friendly customer service. I was surprised, actually, because I've had experience with them before.
Well, with anybody's customer
not so great
right now.
This time it was awesome. This time it was great. Great customer service. But I said, you're running this deal on your webpage for $64 for 1 gig speed. I said, I'm paying almost $100 for 300 megabits. So 3 times as fast as what they're advertising, basically.
Oh.
Yeah. And she's like, you can't take advantage of that offer.
Sir.
I'm like, well, that's a bunch of crap because, well, I didn't say that, but I'm like thinking, well, that's a bunch of crap. I've been a good customer of yours for how many years have we been in this house? 4?
Since 2018, yeah.
4, 3, 4, 4, right?
4.
Yeah. So we've been getting screwed for 4 years. So
we've been in this house 4 years.
Yes. So it's like the first plan I signed up for, which was fast at the time. I said, so why can't I take advantage of this plan? She said, that's for new customers only. And I said, well, so you're willing to lose a really good paying customer because you're only going to honor the price for new customers? And I said, I don't think that's acceptable. Can I talk to somebody else? She said, well, I can't help you with this. So you're going to have to talk to our retention department.
Ooh, the retention department.
Yeah. So then I'm
surprised they even call it that because that's blatantly saying what it is. I don't know. I just think it would have a different name.
And I didn't even go Boda on the retention department. I just said, hey, I see this you guys are advertising this new offer. I'd like to take advantage of it. He goes, no problem. Let's set you up.
That's the retention boss.
Boom. $64, 1 gig speed. Installation is happening the day after tomorrow. Bada bing, bada boom. I don't want to hear any more griping in this house about lag on Fortnite
okay. I was thought, don't be yelling at me.
Or Netflix is hanging up or any of that stuff. You are going to have internet.
We'll see.
As fast as a cheetah. Okay.
We will see.
So that's my story.
Well, I didn't fall asleep.
But like I did during the Shonda Rhimes story.
But you wrapped it up just in time before I was starting to lose interest. So how about that? Hey, listen, just something really timely. I have a lovely lady named Jenny James, and she works for the Kidcratic affiliate in San Antonio, Q1019. Anyway, she sends me lots of interesting tidbits and things that I can use on the morning show, celebrity gossip and things like that. And she sent me this that I think is really important because I know we do have a lot of teachers listening.
We do.
Alan.
Lots of teachers.
And she let me know a couple of things that teachers want to pay attention to because this is going to be happening the weekend after our podcast drops. Kohl's is offering a 25% discount to educators and school staff from Friday, July 15th through Sunday, July 17th. It's the second year that they've done this sale. It says up from a 20% discount in 2021. They're upping it to 25% this year. So that's great. So K-12 teachers, daycare, early learning educators, post-secondary educators, school staff, all eligible as long as you bring valid ID showing you're an employee for school. 25% discount this weekend. That's really great.
That's substantial.
And then Target.
Is this an ad?
No, this is just a helpful thing. This is hashtag not an ad, just helpful.
Okay.
Target's bringing back an extended version of their popular teacher prep event, but they're starting it this Sunday, July 17th. They're going to run it through Saturday, September 10th. So you have a little bit more time. You don't have to rush out to Target to take advantage of this. Kohl's, you got to do it this weekend, but Target, you can drag your feet a little. But educators can save 15% on school supplies and more. And they're going to be starting to have specials on school supplies since everybody already is thinking about back to school too. So they run it through the company's free Target Circle loyalty program. Again, same thing, K through 12 teachers, even homeschool teachers. If you work at a daycare center, early childhood, all of that, college. If you're a vocational trade school teacher, all of you are eligible with a valid ID. And they're also offering a one-time discount for college students until September 3rd. Eligible students, 20% off the purchase using Target Circle. So I just wanted y'all to know that.
What's Target Circle?
Target Circle is like a membership loyalty program. I don't understand why people don't sign up for this, because they used to ask you every time when you went to the checkout, would you like to sign up for a Target debit card? It'll save you 5% off all your purchases. And people say, no, thank you. I'm like, why? It's not a credit card. You can do a credit card, but the debit card just comes right out of your checking account like any other money would. But you're getting 5% automatically back, Alan, and free shipping online. It saves you a lot of money. So if y'all don't have the Target debit card, I would get it. I used to have the Target credit card many, many years ago, but my limit was $500. And I said, Target, that ain't enough.
No.
That is not enough. And so I had to get the debit card, which I have loved.
Target's expensive.
Well,
I went in there and bought 3 picture frames yesterday.
It depends. Everything's gone up.
Well, I'd roll out of there $80 lighter.
I know, but you haven't been shopping lately, because I bought 3 pizzas for a birthday party last weekend. 3 pizzas were $85.
Good night.
3 pizzas.
Well, inflation's
affected everything.
Well, I saw today it's at an all-time 40-year high
horrible.
Or something.
So you can't blame that, specifically on Target. But you know what they do have in Target, which Alan is going to love this. I just saw this. They've got new cereal scented candles. Lucky Charms, Cocoa Puffs, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Trix, Honey Nut Cheerios, and Lucky Charms.
I actually saw those.
Did you see those?
I did, and I was wondering what's that.
They're new. You can get them online, but apparently you saw them in the store as well.
I did.
So how about that? We're very big candle enthusiasts.
I saw Lucky Charms,
and they're so cute.
Didn't they have the rabbit?
Trix is for kids.
Trix was the rabbit?
Yeah. Silly Rabbit. Trix are for kids.
Who was Lucky Charms? Oh, he was the leprechaun.
Leprechaun, yeah. Not an elf. Leprechaun.
I thought leprechauns were not PC.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't think that's right. I think they're okay. I think
they're okay?
I think
you can say leprechaun still?
Well, if we can't, we're going to get fined or boycotted or something, because we said it about 4 times now, but I haven't heard that. Eskimo, I heard you can't say anymore.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Well, yeah, there used to be a ice cream.
It still is, isn't there?
Is there? I don't know.
I'm not sure, and I don't remember why it's offensive. I'm sorry, but anyway, there you go. That's it.
No, that's good, babe. That's good stuff.
I thought that was helpful.
Yeah.
But we do, I give you lots of information for free, and helpful information, especially, for teachers and now for small business owners. Listen, if you run a small business, every second counts, and you cannot afford to waste a single minute. So why would you still take time out of your day to stop everything down and run to the post office when you could be using stamps.com instead? Because stamps.com makes mailing and shipping quick, easy, and so cost effective. They've been doing this more than 20 years. Indispensable for over 1 million businesses. Anything you can do at the post office or with UPS, you can do right from your computer, and you don't need fancy equipment, just a printer and your laptop. Stamps.com will take care of the rest. And because they've been doing this so long, they've been able to negotiate discounts you won't find anywhere else, like up to 30% off U.S. Postal Service rates, up to 86% off UPS shipping rates. How can you afford not to do this? And if you work with Shopify, Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Stamps.com seamlessly works with those. You'll be up and running in minutes. It doesn't matter whether you're sending a few invoices or if you're sending tons and tons of boxes full of heavy stuff, Stamps.com can handle it.
So stop wasting time and start saving money when you use Stamps.com to mail and ship. Sign up with promo code SANDWICH for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the page, and enter code SANDWICH. Thank you, Stamps.com.
Thank you, Stamps.com. Alan's eyesight's much better than I thought.
I can see far away. When you
I
put it
was
up
trying to
close, I
help.
can't see it.
I was trying to help by putting it closer to him. He was like, put it back down.
Yeah.
All right.
So the Dillster. I took Dillster to a pitching lesson today. You know, Dylan, he's such a fun kid.
He is. He's very enjoyable.
He loves to talk, man. He will talk your ear off.
You know, I sometimes am tired. You know, as a parent, you're kind of tired, but I appreciate it, especially when you deal with teenagers who don't want to talk to you at all. So I'm hoping that will carry over a little bit.
Dillster makes conversation.
He does.
Because you asked him something today, and then he answered, I remember, and then he said, well, what about you, Kelly? What do you think about blah, blah, blah?
Yeah.
I forgot what it was.
We were talking about his favorite TV show. We're talking about
TV
characters and who he likes and why.
Yeah,
You want to know who I liked and why. He just likes to have conversation.
He does. And he's got that big toothy grin with his braces now.
His big blue eyes. He's just a charmer.
I don't know.
He's a charmer.
We're blessed to have, well, all the kids, but Dylan's, he's funny. But one thing he does, he's just always asking questions, always asking me questions. Some of them I can answer, some of them I can't. So we're coming home from his pitching lesson today. He goes, Daddy, why is your pinky finger called a pinky? And I'm like,
I don't know.
I got nothing. I don't know, Dylan. I'll look it up when I get home. I really don't know. Do you know?
No.
Okay.
And I've never bothered
thinking
about it or looking it up.
Thought about it. But your pinky finger, the pinky. He asked me.
You have a pinky toe as well.
You have a pinky toe as well. We're going to focus on the pinky finger. Okay. Now he asked me another question. He said, what are the fish that don't have scales? But we'll do that another podcast. I said, well, catfish for sure. I think there's some others, but I don't know.
Because he's obsessed with fish. If y'all don't know, we've had a previous podcast featuring Dylan talking about fish.
Yes. So he wanted to know the fish without scales. We'll do that another time. So pinky finger. The word pinky is derived from the Dutch word, good eye, right? Pink, meaning little finger.
No idea.
The Dutch word pink, meaning little finger. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Pink, I guess it's...
Is it spelled P-I-N-K?
P-I-N-K. The earliest recorded use of the term pinky is from Scotland, good eye, right? In 1808. The term, sometimes spelled pinky, is common in Scottish, English, and American English, and is also used extensively in other Commonwealth countries such as Canada and Australia. Okay, so all those countries call it a pinky. Now, check this out, babe. I didn't realize this, and I was trying this earlier. The little finger, your pinky finger, is nearly impossible for most people to bend
without bending
independently without also bending your ring finger.
It's true.
Due to the nerves for each digit being intertwined. So try it, good, strong, dear, sweet, clean podcast listener. Raise your left hand up.
Can you do it with your right hand? It seems like the right hand's easier.
Try to
look. Still makes it move some.
If I really concentrate hard, I can.
I can do it easier with my right.
Oh, I can do it easier with my left.
I can do it easier with my right, but left I can't. Okay, cool.
When you do it with your,
do you hear us on the podcast bending our fingers?
When you do it with your left, it makes it feel like someone else is doing it.
Interesting.
Gestures. A pinky promise. Among American children, a pinky swear or pinky promise is made when a person wraps one of their pinky fingers around another person's pinky and makes a promise.
Pinky promise.
Something similar is also seen in Korea, good eye, Mike, where people link their pinky fingers and then stamp their thumbs together to make a yaksok, a promise. So that's a yaksok in Korea.
There we go.
A promise. Among members of the Japanese gangsters, okay, the Japanese Yakuza gangsters, you know, Japanese gangsters too are fully tattooed, like from neck to ankles.
Wow.
Because getting a tattoo, I can't remember what Carl told me. I want to say it's still illegal in Japan. I don't know if that's true or not. To show tattoos, That's why the traditional Japanese bodysuit, you can wear like a suit and no one knows you have tattoos on because it goes from your neck down to your ankles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
they do their genitalia as well?
no, I don't think so. But all down your butt,
Yeah.
down your legs, But Japanese gangsters, that's where those style of tattoos started. And we'll do some more.
So it'd just be like everything's done except their groin?
I haven't ever studied the groin area.
I'll just be curious.
I mean, not that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So among members of the Japanese Yakuza gangsters, the penalty for various offenses is removal of parts of the little finger, known as yubitsumi. It is a common misconception that one should extend their little finger when drinking from a teacup. Sorry, I switched gears.
It's supposed to be manners. You raise your pinky when you drink from your teacup.
This practice is generally deprecated by etiquette guides as a sign of snobbery amongst the socially inferior, with various cultural theories as to the origin of the practice, including the idea that the finger food should be eaten with is only the first 3 digits. Well, wait a second. Does that mean the thumb and your first finger and your middle finger? Yeah.
Is your thumb considered a digit?
Yes.
I would think then you would have 2 left. I think it's...
Oh, so like that. Right?
I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
You're the one reading it.
Do you like Pinky Talk?
It's interesting. I didn't know these things.
The messaging application Teams from Microsoft has an emoji, which is a representation of a closed hand with the little finger raised. Okay. The description is nature's call, which is a polite euphemism used when someone feels the need to
pee-pee,
urinate, or defecate.
So you do that when? You're supposed to do
when you got to pee or crap, when you're on a Microsoft Teams meeting. You're like, I gotta go, man.
So you hold up that in a Zoom meeting?
Or you throw down the emoji.
There is a pinky emoji?
That's what I just said.
I've never seen a pinky emoji.
No, not on your iPhone, on the Microsoft Teams application.
I had no idea.
That's why you listen to A Sandwich and Some Lovin'.
Wow.
Why do I talk like that? A signet ring, little finger, and a wedding ring, ring finger, on the left hand. Okay, so a signet ring is traditionally worn on the little finger of a gentleman's left hand, a practice still common, especially in the UK, good eye, mate, Australia, good eye, mate, and European cultures. The pinky ring.
It's hit or miss. It depends on the man. If a man rocks it and he's kind of got that, he wears his shirt just a little bit, unbuttoned a little bit. I kind of like that swagger. But it's not for everybody.
My friend, Bob.
Bob.
Pinky ring.
He can
all day, every day.
He can do it.
He busts the pinky ring.
He can do it.
Well, this is a guy that'll wear like a camel blazer with the black turtleneck.
Yeah.
And he's got the big flowing mane hair.
I bet he'd rock an ascot.
Oh, totally.
Right. So why is that a big deal to wear a signet ring? Does it say? Does it signify?
Well, it's considered part of the regalia of many European monarchies and also of the Pope, with the ring always worn on the left little finger. In modern times, the location of the signet ring has relaxed, with examples worn on various digits, although little fingers tend to be the most usual.
All right.
So there you go. One last little gee whiz about the pinky. The little finger is often used as support when a smartphone user is typing one-handed. And that's true. You put the phone like on top of it.
They say that's why our fingers are starting to bend in weird shapes. If you use your phone a lot, it's changing the bone structure in your hand.
The little finger is positioned underneath the phone, allowing it to be propped with the 3 middle fingers, and the user types with their thumb. Some users report dents on their little finger and pain in the hand after prolonged use in this way. Doctors refer to this as iPhone pinky or smartphone pinky.
Yeah.
The skin indentations were reported to be nothing of alarm, as they disappeared on their own after a short while without cell phone use.
I wonder if it's going to, because of all the cell phone usage and less writing with a pen. See, I've got a knot on my middle finger.
I do too.
Yeah, from holding a pen and learning, to write when you're a kid. And I wonder if that's going to go away, because I have a callus, a hump, whatever you want to call that on my middle
I
finger.
have it too. Look.
Yeah, we all do from holding that pen. And my daughter, 15 years old, does not do cursive. She prints everything. And I think that's a shame.
What about her name?
It's all print.
So when she signs her name, it's
prints.
Wow.
And they're not teaching cursive. There's certain schools that do, maybe private or something, but they're not teaching cursive anymore. And I think it's very frustrating, and it slows down the writing process tremendously. Writing cursive is a lot faster than printing.
Fast, yeah.
And it's when you have beautiful penmanship, it matters. I think it matters, but that's gone away.
My mom
prints
has
everything.
great penmanship.
My mother does too. Connie Rasberry's got beautiful penmanship.
My dad is wheels off like me.
My brother is really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad. But anyway,
So
that was a little side step.
There's
from
pinky
talk.
There's pinky talk, babe.
Very
So
cool.
now I can answer Dylan's question.
You haven't answered yet? You shared it with us first?
I shared it with you first.
That gives you something to talk about while you're fishing.
I'll tell the Dillster that it comes from a Dutch word pink, meaning little finger. That's not a real exciting story. That's why I added all the other stuff.
That's the answer, and it is what it is.
Yeah. Can I rock a pinky ring? A signet?
I think you could.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I do think.
Maybe like a skull?
Well, you wear like big necklaces and stuff like
I
that.
don't wear big
Yes,
necklaces.
you do. That medallion from David Yurman.
Dime. Yeah.
You wear that.
That's
Not everybody.
big.
That's pretty big for a man.
That's
A
like
pendant.
That's like JC and Al wear.
I know, but I'm just saying, not all men can pull that off.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway. Okay. Well, there you go, babe.
That was not an insult. That was actually a compliment.
That I can wear.
You can pull off a necklace thing.
That I can wear a pinky ring.
like nobody's business, and a pinky ring.
Yeah, I don't mind wearing a little bit of jewelry.
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 Jewel.
Jewelry.
Jewel.
Speaking of jewels, today is Julie Hestan's birthday.
Kelly's overalls in all the chat rooms.
Julie's overalls, one of our very, very
Kelly's overalls.
favorite presidential customers. Should we do a little happy birthday?
Sure.
A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you.
I'm on the wrong note.
Happy birthday
I
to
can't get on
you.
it.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
Julie's overalls.
Julie.
Happy birthday to you, and many more.
Man, I was on the wrong note.
See,
Sorry, Julie.
If you are a presidential customer someday, we may sing to you as well. But Julie's earned it.
There you go, Julie.
She's here
Always
for
there.
She's here for every live studio recording. She engages on social media. She's nice to us.
Yeah. What more could you ask for?
What more could you ask for?
Very funny too.
And she's very funny. And she's married to Hello, I'm Bill. One time she sent me something. It was a video. And I forgot what we were
It's
doing.
not lewd.
No.
She was trying to win tickets to our
Yeah.
Eve.
Yeah, she was trying to win tickets. And she sent in a funny video. And this still makes me laugh. And you can just hear from the other room. He wasn't even in the room. Her husband, Bill. He goes, "Hello, I'm Bill."
So
I'm
funny.
like, what is going on in there?
We need to take them out. I feel so bad she didn't win those tickets. I don't remember what happened, but
I don't
anyway,
know. You pulled them.
pulled it fair and square.
If I'd have
Because
been-
if I would have rigged it so Julie would have won. She made me laugh so hard, but I couldn't do that.
Yeah. You want to do a little bit of that?
Yeah, sure,
And then we'll do a
honey.
little bit of
Sure.
letters.
My subtle producer husband, Alan.
Letters.
So, lately I've been walking a lot, and I do like to entertain myself by listening to podcasts. Now, I do have some favorites right now. Y'all, I listen to the Do You. It's like de, like D-E-U-X, like French. You, because it's a play on words, Do You. It's the Du Moi. Does anybody follow their Instagram account? It's a gossip website.
I thought that'd be dough.
It's de. It's de moi.
Then why is it Papa Dough?
Well, it's this. I don't know. This is D-E-U. Papa Dough is D-A-U-X. It's not Papa Doux. It's Papa Dough. Anyway.
Are you sure?
Anyway,
Uh-huh.
it's the Du Moi, but she has a podcast called Do You, and it's a lot of gossip. And I, Instagram messenger, she reposted. It was really exciting. And of course, I love the podcast. Danny Pellegrino's, what was it called? I wrote it down because I always forget. Danny Pellegrino's Everything Iconic. love if you like Housewives Bravo talks. Anyway, while I'm walking, it's been so great to listen to those podcasts and help me pass the time with my Raycon wireless earbuds.
Oh, yeah.
Raycon's everyday earbuds. They look and feel and sound better than ever. They've got optimized gel tips, so they're perfect in-ear fit. They're comfortable to wear. They will not budge. They don't fall out of my ear if I decide, oh, I'm going to break into a little jog. No, they stay put. And Raycons give you 8 hours of playtime. And I ain't walking 8 hours, so it's plenty of time. A 32-hour battery life. They're priced just right. You get quality audio at half the price of other premium audio brands. And it's no wonder Raycon's everyday earbuds have over 50,000 5-star reviews. I like the little earbud tap function. If somebody happens to call me, I can just tap on the earbud and have a conversation. I like the fact that I can have it in awareness mode. So when I'm wearing these comfortable earbuds, I'm not blocking out noise around me, because you need to be able to hear if a car is coming up behind you or a stranger, a bicycle, because it could be a dangerous situation. And that's another thing of the many reasons I love my Raycons.
So go to buyraycon.com/sandwich today to get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/sandwich to score 15% off. buyraycon.com/sandwich.
BUY Raycon.
All right, babe. It's been a while since we've done letters. So we got a whole bunch of letters.
Great.
But we'll go through them relatively quickly here. The first letter is from Chastity. Subject, tattoo drawing. Hey, Kellie and Alan. I've been listening to Kellie on the radio for years, since 1892, which is a long time ago. I love all of them, and I feel like Kellie and I are a lot alike. I guess she means all of, like,
Everybody on the morning show.
Kid Craddock morning show. Yeah.
Nationally syndicated.
Nationally syndicated. I'm so glad she found you, and y'all crack me up. My question is, do you still do tattoo drawings for people? And if so, how much do you charge? Because I am wanting a tattoo in memory of my grandmother who passed away last year. I want it to include one or more blue butterflies, or we both love them, and that's her favorite color, or roses, her name, carnations, her favorite flower, her birthstone garnet, and I'm going to put love grandma in her handwriting. If you can tell me where you think it would be a good place to put it at in the tattoo, you can use my name. Love y'all from Savannah, Georgia. Chastity.
That's for you to answer, babe. You weren't asking me.
Young Chastity, I haven't drawn for somebody in a long time. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but just what you mentioned here, that's a lot. I mean, to include all of those things.
Flowers and butterflies isn't bad.
No.
That sounds pretty doable. Maybe with a banner that has her love grandma in it.
But, it's going to have to be big. So if it's going to be big, there are certain places you can put it, if you were really wanting to get it tattooed. But shoot me another email and we can talk in more detail about this. But yeah, I'd probably.
It's doable.
It's doable. It's doable. Not saying it's definitely doable, but it's doable.
It's doable. He's saying it's not definite that he'll be doing it.
Yeah.
That's what's the not definite part.
I can definitely consult with you and then maybe draw for you. Who knows? But yeah, shoot me another email and we'll talk through it. This next letter is from Rachel. Subject, tattoos.
Oh, more.
Yes.
Tattoo talk.
Hello, my favorite podcast host.
Hello.
I am 30, female, and I have 6 tattoos, and I hate every single one.
Oh no.
I got all of them between ages 18 and 23. Thank God I was broke then. If I had more money, I'd have more tattoos. I think you have to be 25 to get tattoos. Let's wait until our brains are fully developed. Haha. I do actually want more, but I don't want to get new ones until I remove all these dumb ones. Wow.
Is there a way, I wonder, to make the one she hates into something else?
Possibly. The only credit I will give younger me is that I didn't get them in a very visible place because I wasn't sure of my career path. P.S. I'm a very best customer. Love y'all, Rachel.
All right, Rachel.
What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, do what makes you happy, girl. You can't say that in every situation in life, but as far as tattoos, I'd say that's something you need you got to look at it every day, whether it's, just you in the mirror. You want to like what you see. But we watched a lot of that Ink Master on Discovery. I forget what did we watch Ink Master on? Paramount Plus. If you have that, you could watch that just for some inspiration. And they'll show you how some really, really bad tattoos were redesigned and tattooed over. So you don't necessarily have to go through the process of having them removed by laser, which I understand is very painful. You can maybe have it created into something else that you would like.
Or covered up with something.
Yeah, covered up. That's
bigger.
what I mean.
Yeah. It's definitely possible. But yeah, good thing she didn't. I wonder where she had them done. She said they weren't in very visible places.
Well, maybe on her ribs, on her back.
Oh.
Maybe on her upper thigh, places like that.
Upper thigh.
Yeah, a lot of women do that. But I met a lady the other night after we were talking about tattoos and regret, and she said, yeah, when I was like, I forget, she's like 21. She said, I thought it'd have a good idea to have lightning bolts in my inner thighs. So it looked like lightning was shooting out of her. And now she's stuck with lightning bolts coming out of her crotch.
Laugh at her.
She was laughing.
She was?
She was laughing. That's the only reason I can laugh. It was so funny.
One of the comments on your tattoo post, a lot of people were saying, yeah, Kelly, I love it. And just supporting you and everything, which was great. It looked like 99% of the people.
There were some disappointed people. That's all right.
But one of them she said, girl, don't worry about it. My husband's like from a super religious family, and he's a Christian, and he has Batman eating a taco on his ass.
I didn't see that.
Batman eating a taco on his ass.
That's funny.
Wow.
I wonder what the story is behind that.
I don't know. I'd like to. Batman eating a taco.
Yeah, it has to have some meaning to him.
I wonder if they used to call him Batman.
I don't know.
This next letter is from Sarah. Subject B12. Dear Alan, this message is for Kelly. And that's what she said. She said, haha. I just learned that vitamin B12 deficiency can cause symptoms similar to dementia and canker sores. Maybe worth trying a supplement or getting a mineral panel done. P.S. on baby names. She must be a little bit behind. That's okay.
I do them all the time.
Yeah, okay. P.S. on baby names. I have a Harriet. We call her Hattie. And a Rory. Rory.
It's a hard name to say.
Rory.
Rory.
And she says, kind of hard to say.
It is hard.
Leia.
Because Rory is the name, it's Lorelai and Rory Gilmore. And Rory is a very hard name to say, honestly. You sound like you're like rural. It's like rural route.
Well, there's that.
Can you say rural route?
Rural route.
Rural route. Rural route.
Well, there's that golfer, Rory McIlroy.
That's a lot. But it's cute.
Next letter is from Pam. Subject, small correction. Hi, Kelly.
Oh, you're correcting me?
Well, okay. I guess I'm.
Well, is she correcting me? That's why.
I'm not chopped liver. Just wanted to pass along an FYI tidbit. You sometimes refer to your ex-husband's background and your belly dancing hobby in the past.
It wasn't a hobby.
You had a belly dancing hobby?
I didn't say it was
What's
a hobby.
news to me?
I just said I enjoyed it.
Okay.
When Persian New Year, and sometimes my former mother-in-law loved belly dancing, and she gave my daughter like this belly dancing little thing that she could put on and the bells and things, and we would dance.
Okay.
And I enjoyed that.
Just wanted to fill you in.
Please do.
The finger cymbals are actually called zills.
Oh.
Castanets, not canastas.
I think I was saying canastas or something.
That's a card game.
That's right, canasta.
Are clackers, usually wooden, and are usually used in Spanish music and dancing. Love y'all, PJ.
Okay, thank you for that, because I was saying, I thought was I saying canastas?
I think PJ might have heard you on the radio, because we haven't talked about this on the podcast.
We haven't ever talked about you wanting to belly dance?
No.
I bet I have. You just forgot.
No, I don't think we have. We've talked about belly dancing because I went to that Harley event and there was the belly dancing contest.
I must have brought it up then, honey.
Oh, well, maybe you did. Maybe you did. This next letter is from.
But I do a lot of talking, so I can't remember what I say. I can't remember what I say where.
Oh, I just wish you got paid by the word. This next letter is from Dana. Subject, airline flying suggestions. Hi, Alan and Kelly.
Hello.
I agree with Alan. If it is so bad, then these companies need to quit scheduling all of these flights if they don't have the crew and staff to work. They need to remember that the government bailed them out during COVID to save them from all going bankrupt. That list Kelly sent almost made it sound like the customers were the problem. Love the podcast. Listener from the Lubbock area.
We could all do
Dana.
our part to make it
Thank
better,
you, Dana.
honestly.
Thank you, Dana.
And I don't think that the airline industry was prepared for the influx that came back after the pandemic.
That's
It's just
true.
a perfect storm.
It is a perfect storm
Of everything, and there are laws, and people are taking early retirement because they didn't want to deal with the masks and the situation. It was like a perfect storm. So you've got angry airline employees, you've got angry travelers, and it's like, why can't we just all just follow basic rules? And people forget basic rules. I was not offended really by anything on that list, but Alan and apparently whoever that was from Lubbock was, but that's fine. But I just think we could all just be a little kinder. And just because somebody snaps at you doesn't mean you have to snap back. Not always. Because that book, The Four Agreements, I need to read it again, because it reminds me not to take everything personally. That's one of the big ones that I've taken from that. Don't take things personally. Because if somebody cuts you off in traffic, I've used this as an analogy, and people get so mad it leads to road rage and people getting killed. It's because that person would have cut you off. They would have cut the Pope off. They would have cut your grandma off. It had nothing to do with you. And so you're taking it personally, and that leads you to do things that are maybe out of character or acting irrationally. So if I go to a lady that's waiting on me and she is exceptionally rude or unfriendly, and I just sat down, I haven't done anything yet, should I take that personally? Or maybe I can think, man, you don't know what went on in the back room. Maybe her husband just called her and said, I'm leaving you. And when you come home, all your stuff's going to be on the front porch. You don't know what people are going through is the point.
Maybe she's just rude and doesn't like her job.
Or maybe that's it. But you've got to not take it personally all the time and then bow back up, because it doesn't make things better.
And I said on that podcast, we talked about it. I've never bowed up at an airline employee. I just don't like being talked rudely to.
But you weren't being talked rudely to.
I was in that article.
See, you took it personally. That's exactly my point.
Another perfect.
Y'all all need to read The Four Agreements, truly.
Talking about the airlines, though, it's interesting. You mentioned another perfect storm. You think about during COVID, everything's shut down. So everybody stays at home. When everybody stays at home, people aren't going out and spending money, right? So now that's COVID's kind of gone away, people had that money that they kind of squirreled away. They're wanting to get out, they're wanting to travel, they're wanting to spend money and do things. And so there's more demand on everything. And then on top of that, you've got the government that has passed these gigantic spending bills, which makes the dollar worth less. So you've got lots of dollars in the market, which makes the dollar worth less. And then lots of people who want to spend money, which makes demand go up and which makes the prices go up. So that's a perfect storm. The government spent all that money during COVID. Now everybody's got all this money. They want to spend it now. My money's not worth anything. And not only is it not worth anything, I can't find what I'm looking for. It's like the biggest cluster. This is the biggest freaking cluster.
Stores aren't even opening. Some stores aren't even opening until like 1 or 2 o'clock in the
afternoon.
I know. Because they just don't have anybody to work there. Everybody's just on edge.
I know.
So we can be mad at an airline employee's list, or like, yeah, that person did have a few points. And she probably nobody sits down and writes lists like that when they're in a really good place, do they? No, something happened. It's like, you know what? I've had it. I'm going to just sit down and I'm going to type out this list of rules and get it off my chest. So there you go.
Okay.
I'm getting a lot kinder and gentler in my old age.
Kinder and gentler?
Maybe it's the menopause. I don't know.
Advil's gentler on your stomach. That's what Nolan Ryan said. This next letter is from, I'm going to call her Leah. I can't pronounce her name. She has a very unique name, so I'm just going to go with Leah. Her subject, thanks. Hi, Kellie and Alan. I've been a long-time listener to the Kid Craddock Morning Show, nationally syndicated, as I listened to it on my morning commute to college many moons ago. Then my work commute became only 5 minutes, so I stopped listening. Couldn't listen at work, but I still kept up on social media. Fast forward to 2 years ago when I moved in with my very own Bumble soulmate.
Oh.
Yes. I am a true crime junkie at heart, but I need lighthearted fun for the most part. So needless to say, I stumbled upon your podcast a little bit behind the game. I am on mid 2019. I know, way behind. I just listened to a sandwich and some raw and real emotions. Let me just say thank you to both of you. Thank you for being real and showing that everyone has things they deal with every day. Thank you for showing how important it is to have somebody back you and not make you feel alone. I try to be kind to everyone because you don't know what they have going on. That's what you just said.
Yeah.
And that kindness could just be their ray of hope in the world. And thank you, Kellie, for throwing out there about using the nerve tonic. I've had my own
Highlands Nerve Tonic.
I've had my own panic attacks come out of nowhere these past few weeks, and I can't quite put my finger on the cause yet, but the tonic helps a lot.
It really does, y'all.
Divine intervention is what I call listening to your podcast. You talked about that just days after a middle of the night, wake you out of your sleep panic attack. Keep doing what you do. Love you so good. From one of your many podcast family members.
Let me see that one.
It's a good one. Very nice.
Schley? Is her name Schley?
Well, I didn't want to butcher her name.
Listen, that Highlands Nerve Tonic, I'm so glad you're listening and you take your time getting through them all because there's a bunch of them. But the Highlands Nerve Tonic, when I hear tonic, I always think it's going to be liquid. But these little tiny pills, they're so tiny. You just put like 6 or 7 under your tongue. They dissolve like that. They barely have a taste. And your kids can take them. Your dogs can take them. So if you have a nervous dog or something. But my mother's the one that told me about these, and I've shared them with so many people. And it just, if you're having because I get anxiety and I don't like it, you don't know what it is. It could be lack of sleep. It could be subconscious stress or whatever, where I just feel like I can't catch a deep breath. I just put a few under my tongue and it really helps. So you can find them anywhere. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them at Walmart in the vitamin and stuff like that. It's homeopathic, so it's not addictive. I don't get any money for it. # not an ad.
Wow. Okay.
We haven't done # not an ad in a while.
We should do that. Yeah, we should do that. Now's the time. I think we've got stuff we can do that for. Last one, and we'll bring it home for Jerome.
Yeah, because I got to go walk.
I got to go fishing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't gotta go. I'm taking Dylan fishing.
You get to go.
I get to go, and we still got plenty of light. Next letter is from Tori. Subject: Valentin Imperial.
Oh.
This is a resort in Mexico where we have done the podcast family vacation twice.
Yes.
And we have personally vacationed there another 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, we love it.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Hey, Kellie and Alan, in no specific order.
Hey.
I've been listening since day one, and I love listening in my car during my work and home health. My husband and I were lucky enough to get a kid-free vacation, and we're going to the Valentin Imperial.
Yay.
On the one summer, y'all won't be there, of course.
Sorry.
But I just wanted to reach out and see if y'all had any pro tips for our stay there. I remember from y'all's first trip there, Alan mentioning that he had to buy souvenir store pants.
Yeah.
So I'll be sure to make my husband pack real pants. Haha. Any other tips? Love y'all, and the podcast so good. Tori.
Yeah, Tori. We were not told that for dinners, all the restaurants except for one require that men wear long pants. Now, these nobody cares. Your husband, like with Alan, he wore this pair of linen kind of pants that, most men, when they get married on the beach, wear those tan khaki. We've all seen them. They wear them every meal. They do not care. They just need to go to dinner. And you have to have closed-toed shoes.
Yeah.
Closed-toed shoes.
Yeah.
For that, there's one restaurant on the beach that is like a steakhouse. That's the one where you don't have to wear, you can wear shorts. But that's it. And as far as ladies, I just,
Did you say collared shirt?
I didn't say collared shirt though.
Yeah, collared shirt.
I had a collared shirt.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to pack. I don't know how many nights you're there. If you're there 5 nights, he doesn't need 5 different ones. Nobody cares. But yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah, and it's not, Tori, it's not super fancy like linen pants.
No, it's not. Like
like a loose,
Tommy Bahama type.
Yeah, Tommy Bahama type shirt. And then I've worn Vans before, closed toed.
Yeah, as long as it's closed toe.
Yeah.
As far as we like doing the privilege package,
Dime.
it costs a little bit of extra money. You can do it. You can decide to do it when you get there, or you can do it ahead of time.
It sounds so pretentious.
It sounds so pretentious,
but it is good.
But to us, it's worth it.
Great deal.
So with that, I feel like we're doing an ad.
4 bottles of booze.
You get in your room. And if you
top shelf booze.
Top shelf. If you
pick what you want.
If you don't drink them, you can pack them.
You pack them and bring them home. Yeah.
You get a lobster with every
dinner.
Meal. Not at lunch.
Oh yeah,
at night.
At dinner, yeah.
You get a lobster. I'm telling you.
Doesn't matter the restaurant.
Doesn't matter. They all will serve you grilled lobster.
Oh. And
then you also get either a reserved palapa on the beach. It's yours every day, or you can get one of the little, I guess you call it a cabana palapa. What would you call that? By the pool.
Bally hut or something.
By the pool.
Yeah.
And that's all included. in that privilege package. You might not think it's worth it. You might say, we don't need to do that every day. Maybe you could do privilege for 2 out of 3 nights. I don't know. Can you break it up like that, or you have to do all or nothing?
I don't know.
I don't know about that. But they do have a quiet pool that we did not find out about until like our second or third visit, because we're always in the party pool with everybody. But if you want to, you go over to the quiet pool, just ask where it is. They have a different menu there, like the shrimp burger. Is there like some sort of dessert over there everybody talks about too? I can't remember.
The shrimp burger is the big one.
Everybody talks about the shrimp burger. Honestly, I had the shrimp burger. I didn't get the big deal about it.
I thought it was okay.
It was fine. But everybody builds up the shrimp burger. But here's your number one piece of advice. You go to Facebook and go to Fans of Valentin Imperial on Facebook. Anything you want to know, somebody's already asked a question about it, and it will be in the conversation threads. And if you don't want to read them all, you ask a question, because people love to be the one to share their love for the Valentin Imperial. People go there like 10 or 15 times. They love it so much.
I got 2 pro tips.
So that's Fans of Valentin Imperial on Facebook.
You forgot 2 huge pro tips.
What'd I forget?
Number 1 pro tip, they do a lot of entertainment, and I'm not usually a big like pool entertainment guy, but they have some really cool shows and water aerobics and dancers in the water. And it sounds kind of cheesy, but
it's fun.
But when you're there drinking, it's really pretty cool. They had a Michael Jackson impersonator one year. Remember that? They're
dance teams. It's crazy.
Yeah, they do
a really nice job.
Fun entertainment. But here's your number 1 pro tip. Take your own insulated cup.
Yeah.
Because when you're at the swim up bar, you don't want these little tiny plastic cups. You give your insulated cup to the bartender. They are happy to fill that summer gun up to the top.
Yeah, and it keeps it from melting.
Yeah.
Because it's so hot there, immediately your drink just gets watered down with the ice. So that is the number 1 pro tip.
That's number 1 pro tip.
The insulated cup.
I even have my own cup that a listener made me with my name on it.
Yeah.
That is my go-to drinking cup.
Yeah. Anyway, that was hashtag not an ad for Valentin Imperial. But you asked and we answered.
I wish we got a kickback.
I know.
Jeez, as much as we talked about that.
I know.
Lots of
That's true for any Mexican vacation though, or any tropical vacation. Take your insulated cup. Makes a big difference.
Lots to talk about next podcast. I guess we'll save the possible trip to Lubbock that I'm throwing out there in November.
Yeah.
Maybe, perhaps. The kid was asked to speak at his alma mater.
About what?
Marketing.
Who asked you?
A professor.
Have we ever met them? Are they a listener to the podcast?
Professor Amanda, we have. She went to our last Oaked party.
Really?
Yep. So Professor Amanda wants me to come speak to her class. Second weekend in November, which means we don't have the kids. And check this out. This is my idea. Now,
looking at the calendar.
Now, just hear me out. I'm just coming up with this right now. I go to Lubbock Thursday evening.
That's the 10th.
Stay the night, or I go Friday morning. But I'm
Veterans Day.
Okay.
November 11th.
Okay, but I ride. You fly. You're gonna have to work Friday on the radio. You fly in either Friday evening or Saturday morning. I have to speak Friday afternoon. We go to the game on Saturday. They play in Kansas. Tech is playing Kansas. Tailgate, have a good time. Stay Saturday night, but then here we go.
No.
One-way flight, brother, for you.
No.
Because you're getting on the back of that road glide.
No.
And we're driving 5 hours to DFW.
No.
Come on.
No.
Why?
Because I can't pack enough. I can't do that. You're going to want me to pack everything.
Have you seen the bags on that thing?
No. There's not enough room for my stuff.
Wow.
And it's too far. 5
No,
hours.
It's not.
5 hours on the back of a motorcycle.
But that is not far.
Sounds far.
Babe, I did 24 hours up to Sturgis. 5 hours? That's not that far.
We'll talk about it.
Okay. I'm going to work on her, listeners. You work on her too. How would you like to see a vlog of Kellie Rasberry Evans on the back of a Harley Davidson going from Lubbock to Dallas? Oh, so fun.
There's no way I can pack all my stuff and put it on a motorcycle. There's no way.
We'll ship it.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm not saying you ride up there with me. I'm saying you fly and then ride back with me.
And I got all my stuff.
How much stuff do you need?
For tailgating and fun stuff?
A t-shirt and jeans.
you don't know women as well as you think you do.
Wow.
That's not enough.
Okay. We'll talk about it at a later date.
Oh, we'll talk about it. All right.
All right, babe. Well, this was fun. I love you desperately.
Love you.
I'm going to go try to catch some fish now.
All right. I'm going to go put on my tennis shoes and walk.
I love our listeners desperately. I love Dylan desperately and fishing with him desperately. So that's why we're going now.
Oh, and next time we also talk about Cole at camp. His first sleepaway camp experience.
Cole left for a sleepaway camp today.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next podcast.
Yeah,
too. Hopefully he has some fun stuff to share. Or he might come home and say, it was good. What'd you do? Nothing.
Nothing.
Did you meet anybody?
No. Well, they said there was horseback riding and zip lining and Bible study and all kinds of cool stuff and kayaking and canoeing. Did you do any of that?
Yeah.
Kind of. Okay. Well, teenagers.
Maybe we won't talk about it.
Teenagers, right?
Right.
All right. Well, I am sure we will podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good. Have a good sandwich. Bye. Okay. I'm going to do the upload later.
Yeah.
Gilster and I are running out of light.
I know. I'm going to do my part real quick so I won't forget. There's an aluminum can shortage, babe.
Oh, yeah.
You ready to go?
You ready to go?
Come on. Say goodbye to everybody.
No? That's all right.
Doesn't want to. Dylan's over, y'all.
Happy birthday, Julie.
Happy birthday.
And everybody, thanks for showing up. We were a little early, but we'll see you soon. Bye.
Y'all, wait.
Oh, bye.
Breaking news, if you care. Khloe Kardashian is expecting baby number 2 with Tristan Thompson via surrogate because she wants her sibling to have her daughter to have a full-blooded sibling. And the baby was conceived in November. Oh, so this might have been no, because that all happened right about the same time. Alan doesn't care, but somebody listening right now cares. Now you know before everybody else. All right, bye. Wow.
Bye, guys.